Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler, and this is Shova's Truth. I've got quite a interesting one for you guys. So I was browsing through the channel, and I've noticed that let me click on it real quick. I'll pause it. The reaction video that I did about You Missed by Tom MacDonald really got a lot of attention. 856 views in 3 days, as well as 59 likes, 10 comments, and I gained about 11 or more subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. And I wanted to say thank you guys so much. But just because of this, I have a surprise for you. I will be doing another reaction video. This video belongs to a channel called High Res TV. In the video I am talking about specifically is called, let's see if I can pull it up here, 2 + 2 = 5, high res, okay? I want to watch this with you guys, give you guys my honest input on it, honest review. I want to know what this gentleman here is talking about. Yeah, let's get right into it. Now, this gentleman, High Res, does a lot of videos very similar to Tom MacDonald, speaking out against the wokeness and corruption of the country. And I think it's awesome. I really do. So yeah, like I said, let's take a listen to it. Should be interesting.
So it's different, as you know, that with...
Okay, first of all, uh, okay, I'm having a hard time talking here because this scene, this shot right here is absolutely priceless. Okay, we see the teacher here. Obviously, it's high res with the blue wig on, wearing a dress. Interesting. We see on the whiteboard, you see January 6th, which was an absolute hoax by the FBI. It was all set up, staged. You have Illuminati, white privilege, equality, they, them, vaccine. I'm assuming that's talking about the COVID vaccine. Pronouns, inclusion, misogyny. I think that's what it says. Racism. Jews run the world. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. It says here, I stand with Ukraine. The Ukraine war was, it was by far it was a tragedy created by Joe Biden himself. He had a deal, I'm pretty sure, with Ukraine, and Ukraine owed the United States money. I believe that's how it was. But at the end of the day, Biden ended up sending billions of dollars to Ukraine to aid them in the war, a war that we didn't even need to be a part of. But anyways, it says up towards the top of the board, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we covered that in the last video. And then my favorite part about this is the sign on the desk near the flowers that says "Them Karen." I'm assuming that's supposed to be this teacher's name and the pronoun. So let's definitely continue with this video.
Equity comes... Class, please welcome the new student, Robert.
Welcome, Robert! Well, thanks for the warm welcome, Teach. It's lit, no cap.
Take a seat.
White privilege is something
Welcome.
that each and every one of you
Thank you.
bigots and colonists have.
Wow.
I just want to say in this, that I love the intro to this a lot. We have an older gentleman named Robert joining the class. He uses a slang lingo with the teacher, and I noticed another guy there, JP Awakens. JP Awakens. That's a channel I've watched before. Real funny stuff. He has this skit that he does called "We Lie to You News," and he's always wearing like a torn suit. It's just absolutely priceless. And I also noticed that JP was using a lot of hand sanitizer. and that was that was encouraged strongly during the pandemic. I just don't get it. Like, my thing is, I've talked with a good friend of mine, and he mentioned that whole hand sanitizer thing and washing your hands all the time. There are natural bacterias that live on our hands. Natural bacteria that prevent us from getting sick. If we use hand sanitizer constantly, we are more prone to getting sick, like catching the flu or the common cold or pneumonia. We are prone to getting very sick and possibly dying. So I get that. I get that a lot.
Oh my god. Is that Rez?
Kick the fathers out the house and the mothers back to work. Let the school system parent your children right from the birth.
Okay, so he says here, kick the fathers out the house and the mothers straight to work. Let the schools take care of your children from birth. And that's wild, because the way this system is designed at the moment, the way America is designed, is to tear apart families. That's what it is. You get a lot of CPS cases, Child Protective Services, which I don't believe is inherently a bad thing, but it can be. There are a lot of areas where social workers are tasked with removing children from good families and putting them in terrible families, or just sending them through foster care. And a lot of the schools now are trying to indoctrinate children. They're turning children against parents. Discipline is abuse. It's just absolutely wild. They encourage this. Broken families. That's why we have like a high number of women that have abortions, because the dads, in my opinion, this is my opinion, the dads don't stick around. They don't. Women get child support from it. Even men get child support. It's like vice versa. It's just terrible. I like what he says here. Absolutely ridiculous.
Let the school system parent your children right from the birth. Make them meal, feed them pills, confuse them about what's real. Tell them facts don't really matter, it's all about how you feel. Science and math erases, history let's erase it. Indoctrinate a whole generation, you can't escape it.
Remember, guys, facts aren't real. Facts are not real. Just go by how you feel, and that's it. Ignore everything. That is one thing I was taught as a Jehovah's Witness. When I was a Jehovah's Witness at one point, okay? I was always taught that whenever somebody says something bad about the Jehovah's Witnesses, you are not supposed to listen to them, whether it's true or not. Actually, they don't say whether it's true or not. They just say, oh, anytime anybody says something negative, don't listen to them. They're opposers. They're opposers. And that's basically how schools are now. They don't teach kids actual facts. It's all about how you feel. I'm sorry, the facts and truth don't care about how we feel at all. It's just out there. And if we don't accept that, if we don't want to accept it, that's our problem. And he also says indoctrinate a whole generation. That's the end goal. That is the end goal. I just can't believe this. I love it so far. I absolutely do. Oh, he also said everything's pretty much racist. I mean, which it is. Everything's racist. Everything's racist. Your opinion, my opinion. I'm apparently a racist. I'm not a racist to everybody. Not everybody views me as a racist. It's just it's really hard to say. There's just a lot of people out there. Either it could be a lot on the left, and I don't know if there's any on the right, but a lot on the left really claim that, you know, equality this, equality that. But I mean, like I said in the last video, you know, we don't matter. I mean, none of us really do. We're all slaves to the system. Absolutely. It's really frustrating.
Generation, you can't escape it. It's bigger than American politics. You're an accomplice. White people, racists, and bigots, and you're a colonist. If you want freedom, we'll encourage to do the opposite. It's toxic masculinity. If a man is too confident, excuse me, what's a woman? Well, I am not a biologist.
He raises a lot of good points here. A lot of good points. But one thing he said just a bit ago that really struck me was, what is a woman? And then the answer is, I don't know. I'm not a biologist. And this here is a reference to something that happened about a year or two ago. Something that a Supreme Judge nominee said to a senator. And I'll show that to you right now, okay?
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah,
I can't.
you can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the
biologist.
meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Senator, in my work as a judge, what I do is I address disputes. If there's a dispute about a definition, people make arguments, and I look at the
All right.
law and I decide. So I'm not.
The fact that you can't give me a straight answer about something as fundamental as what a woman is underscores the dangers of the kind of progressive education that we are hearing about.
Well, there you go, guys. You heard it from the Supreme Court judge nominee's mouth herself. She was asked if she could give a definition of what a woman is, and her answer was like, no. These are the kind of people that we hire into the government. Incompetent people that don't know what a woman is, or a man for that matter. But according to these woke people, these SJWs, men are toxic masculinity. They are misogynist. All of us are. Okay. And this nominee could not even give the Senator Blackburn a definition of what a woman was. Like I said, and I'm pretty sure that the senator tried her best not to laugh at her. If Senator Blackburn laughed at this nominee, I wouldn't blame her. It's a laughable thing when people who step up to high positions in our country can't answer a simple question like this. What is a woman? I'm not a woman. I know that for a fact. But hey, apparently this Supreme Court judge nominee doesn't understand what a woman is, even though she is one. I mean, beats me.
Racists and bigots and you're a colonist. If you want freedom, we'll encourage to do the opposite. It's toxic masculinity. If a man is too confident, excuse me, what's a woman? Well, I am not a biologist. Common sense is really not common when you're a communist. Parents that care about their kids, let's call them terrorists. It's cool to be a feminist and an environmentalist. And
People who are parents, let us call them terrorists. I swear, this entire administration that is running this government has been absolutely trying to strip parents of their right to raise their own children. It's sick. It's sick. You know what's even worse about it? During the beginning of this video, when Hi-Rez was, or I'm sorry, Karen was singing about let schools raise your children while mothers go to work and fathers basically leave the picture. He also said that let's feed them pills. Let's feed them pills. Hormone blockers. It's mutilation. That is child abuse. That is child abuse. I will never let my children do that to themselves. If that once they turn 18, once they are legal adults and they're able to make that decision for themselves, that's on them. I'll do my best to encourage them, but as for now, I will raise my kids. I raise them. I'm not the perfect parent, okay? But I raise these children to the best of my ability, and I will never let them do this. Nope, nothing like that. It's all about conditioning. It's ridiculous because so far this entire music video is set inside of a school. And that's where all this is happening a lot of the times, even outside of the schools. Anyway, let's continue.
feminist and an environmentalist. And if you love the country, that makes you a white supremacist. Don't even try defending it, cause what you say's irrelevant.
Hi-Rez says, if you love the country, then you're a white supremacist. And I know this may sound kind of crazy, but this is a true statement. This is how people who love the country that we live in are viewed as white supremacists. And it's because the current administration, the government that we have at this moment, it's deliberately and desperately trying to destroy this country from the inside out. That's what they want. They want to completely destroy it. Now I don't have issues. Okay, look, I do not have an issue with immigrants coming in. I do not have issues with that. But the biggest the problem I have with all of it, I do have a problem with it, but I don't have an issue because sometimes people escape hardship or danger to find refuge in maybe another country, and there's nothing wrong with that. The issue with it is that they're bringing in drugs and crime, and people are dying from this. And I do believe the border should be shut. They should be. Or at least people need to be like screened, background checks, everything. Something needs to happen, but it's not. And I don't even believe Kamala Harris has been down to the border to see any of it at all. I don't know if Joe Biden has. Maybe he has. But it's just sad. And you know what's worse about it? The state of Texas and the surrounding states, they cannot do anything about it. Because what are they going to do? What are they going to do when they say something about it? Oh, nope. Keep your mouth shut. And now we have a problem. Fentanyl. Another drug called Trank. It's just bad. Bad.
You a white supremacist, don't even try defending it, cause what you say's irrelevant. Put your hands up, everybody stand up. The whole world going mad, bruh. 2 + 2 = 5. You a racist if you don't think that adds up.
You better not be in here telling these children that men can't get pregnant.
Of course not, Mr. Smith.
And did you tell all the white children that they are racist?
And colonizers and bigots, yes.
Very good.
Oh my God, that was awesome. Oh, that was awesome. I'm assuming this gentleman here was supposed to be the principal or something, but all the white kids, you got to tell all the white kids that they're racist and bigots. And also, he says to the Karen here, you better not be telling these kids that men can't be pregnant. I mean, this is reality. This is reality. I'm loving this so far.
You better not be in here telling these children that men can't get pregnant.
Of course not, Mr. Smith.
And did you tell all the white children that they are racist?
And colonizers and bigots, yes.
Very good.
Go and put your hands up, everybody stand up. The whole world going mad, bruh. 2 + 2 = 5. You a homophobe if you don't think that adds up. Don't have children. If you do, then abort them. If your neighbors don't comply with the government, then report them.
All right, guys, here's where I got into a sensitive topic here for a lot of people. He says that if you have children, abort them. And I will be honest with you, I have lost 3 children in my life, okay? 3 of them. And I hate abortion. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. Why? My mom and dad had the chance to end my life before I was even born, but they allowed me to live. And I'm thankful for that. Why should I, or anybody else for that matter, have the right to choose whether their child lives or dies? And I would say, take this with a grain of salt, but there's a lot of people that would say, what about children that, were molested or women that were, raped? And I'm just like, first of all, with the children, you got to blame the parents for that. You have to blame the parents for that. That's terrible parenting. Your child should not be out there doing those things or being in that position in the first place. My children will never experience that. They won't. They just simply won't. It will not happen. My mom and dad were very good parents. They protected us. We never left their side, and I'm glad we didn't, because this world is dangerous and sick. And the women that experience this sort of thing, I mean, I like I said, I don't agree with abortion one bit. I don't agree with it. All life is sacred to me. It really is. But he also said, If your neighbors don't agree or comply with the government, I believe it said, report them. We have a lot of Karens and Kevins running around here that think they're entitled to tell people whatever they want, do whatever they want. Don't get me wrong, freedom of speech exists, but when you go so far as to put your hands on somebody because you don't feel like they have the right to be around you or do a certain thing, I've seen Karens assault police officers, other people, use racial slurs. I've even seen a video where this woman stabbed a child in the face, and the parents about killed her. There are people out there like that, and it's sick. It is sick. Oh, and another thing about the abortion thing, the Bible says that God, we are all down in writing. God knows every single bone in our body. God forms us. That's what the Bible says. I'm a Christian, and I believe that, all life is sacred. We all belong to God. We all do. Life is precious. Children are gifts. That's what the Bible says. Children are gifts. Mind you, me and my wife, before we were together, we've had children out of wedlock. But regardless of that, they are still gifts. Yeah.
Have children. If you do, then abort them. If your neighbors don't comply with the government, then report them. If you have independent thoughts, then just ignore them. Communism's the way, democracy is too boring. Bring your kids to a drag show. Give them a couple dollars to put right up in their asshole.
Okay, I thought this was very interesting. Hi-Res says here, basically take your kids to a drag show and give them money to, I'm not going to repeat it, but basically hand it to these men, these male strippers in a way, and to hand it to them in a very disgusting way. And this actually happens. This does, and I have proof of it. You know what? I have proof of this. I'm going to show it to you, okay?
This is the Drag the Kids to Pride event at Mr. Misters in Dallas's Oaklawn neighborhood. Organizers promoted it as a family-friendly drag show where kids danced with the performers. What came with it were protests outside.
You people are the symptom of a dying society, and you know it.
You're scaring children. Shut
up.
I live in this community. I have for several years.
Daisy says she first saw a poster for this event near where she lives.
I don't believe that I should be seeing signs advertising for children to be dancing on stage with men in thongs and in inappropriate clothing and makeup.
The organizers say today was a family-friendly event with a safe environment separate from their normal operations. In a statement,
I'll be honest with you, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but me, this is disgusting. I mean, that poor little dude that was walking next to this grown man looked obviously so uncomfortable. And you know, there's a good thing about this, okay? There are actually parents that are concerned. There are people that are concerned about this and calling this garbage out for what it is. And the way people, the people who promote this react is just sick. And I'm pretty sure that there were babies in there, that people bringing their babies to it. These parents should be charged with child endangerment. This is disgusting. The President Biden supports this, or he supported it at some point. I'm pretty sure there was a drag queen story hour in the White House at some point. But yeah, this is disgusting. Well, you know what? There's more to this video.
organizers say today was a family-friendly event with a safe environment separate from their normal operations. In a statement, they said, "We believe everyone should have a space to celebrate who they are. Mr. Misters is a place where everyone is welcome to feel accepted, safe, and included."
I've been here like every night throughout the week.
AJ Cruz has worked at Mr. Misters for about 2 years now. He said today's event allows people to express themselves.
There was a lot less people drinking today, so that would make it more kid-friendly just because there's so many people here. Everyone just came from all walks of life and, just enjoyed Pride.
Organizers said they've received threatening emails and phone calls from the protesters.
I do not in any way condone the behavior that these people are engaging in, but what drags me out here is it's kids now.
Dallas police said they went to the event and protest to assist with crowd control and cleared the scene once the event was over. In Dallas, I'm Jay Wallace.
Like I said, this is absolutely one of the most disgusting. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that these people are out here protesting against this is a good thing. And I can't even believe that the officers haven't arrested these people already. This is child endangerment. There is nothing safe about this place for these kids. Nothing safe. I will never do that to my children. No, because I actually love my kids. I love them. I won't expose them to this disgusting garbage. Anyways, let's continue the video. This made me so angry.
Way democracy is too boring. Bring your kids to a drag show. Give them a couple dollars to put right up in their asshole. Don't worry about the Epstein flight logs. The case is closed, so don't even go and ask, bro. Trust the WHO and CDC. None of our politicians work for the CCP. White.
You know, I noticed something here. Hi-Ris mentioned. You mentioned the Epstein flight logs. I haven't done a lot of research into Jeffrey Epstein, but as far as I'm concerned, that Jeffrey Epstein apparently killed himself while he was in prison, and he released these flight logs were released with names of many famous actresses and actors, as well as politicians. And Jeffrey Epstein's island was an island that was basically meant for pedophilia. A lot of kids were abused on this island for the entertainment of adults. It's so disgusting. It's so gross. I just don't get it. How it's just how do people support this? Why do this? I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched any recent movies or anything like that. I don't watch a lot of movies, not anymore. After I found out there are a lot of things in Hollywood that it's been going on that is just so disgusting and sick. Secret parties that these people have where they do just absolutely disgusting things to themselves and kids, and it's all being hidden. The government's hiding it. The government is deeply involved with all this. They know all this stuff is going on, and they are doing nothing about it. The child trafficking, even trafficking people, adults. It's all going on. Drug trafficking, everything. The government knows. The government is doing nothing to stop it. And you know what? I heard this years ago, and I heard that Hillary Clinton was behind Jeffrey Epstein's death. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I heard. But yeah, anyways.
Work for the CCP. White kids are born racist. If you disagree, that makes you a damn racist. Study CRT. In today's lesson, men can get pregnant. Put your hands down. No more questions.
Okay, so this teacher Karen says, or Hi-Res, he says something quite interesting, and this has been mentioned twice in this video so far. He says, in today's lesson, men can get pregnant. Put down your hands, no more questions. I have heard this men can get pregnant twice so far, and I believe I know exactly what he's referring to, all right? There is a video out there with Senator Josh Hawley, I believe that's his name, and he's asking a professor at a university this exact question: can men get pregnant? And take a look at her answer.
Bridges, you said several times, you've used a phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy.
I do apologize for the abrupt pause, but I have a question for the viewers, or anybody for that matter. What is a cis woman? What is it? What is a cis woman? I don't understand. She said it twice. I've never heard of a cis woman. Is there cis men too?
There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this isn't really a women's rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing them.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
Because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist
I'm
is
denying that
dangerous.
trans people exist by
Are
asking
you?
you if you're
Are
talking
you?
about women
Are you?
having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get
So you are
pregnant.
denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you? Or are they
Absolutely.
also treated like this, where
No,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that
to
they're
question.
opening up people to violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning?
class. You should join.
I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
just in this
know,
exchange.
absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
Wow, this was really hard to watch. I mean, she basically said that men. She said men can get pregnant, trans men, and then accused the Senator Josh Hawley of inciting violence because he was pretending that men can't get pregnant, pretending that trans men don't exist. Look, I don't really care how anybody feels or anybody feels about this. I'll be honest with you. There is no such thing as trans men and trans women. There is no such thing as that. You're either a man or a woman. You just can't change what you are. You cannot change the chromosomes in your body. You can't do it. You can't do it. We are born either male or female, and that is it. This is ridiculous. She was so rude. She was so rude. It looked so offended, and just, if any trans person is incited or pushed to violence because somebody's simply pretending that they don't exist, well, they should be charged. I would charge them, and I'd give them as much time as I could, because you're delusional. Anyways, let's continue with the video, because that really was crazy.
The WHO and CDC, none of our politicians work for the CCP. White kids are born racist. If you disagree, that makes you a damn racist. Study CRT. In today's lesson, men can get pregnant. Put your hands down, no more questions. Don't say pedophile, just say ALA. Adults that like adolescents. Go and put your hands up, everybody.
Oh my god. Okay, I got a lot to say about this. First of all, he says basically not to refer to people who are pedophiles as pedophiles, but refer to them as ALAs, adults who are like adolescents. And just the way this gentleman in his desk just like flipped it over as soon as he heard that, looked all excited. I could not hold it together. There are absolute sick people out there, and the idea is being pushed that there is no such thing as a pedophile. There is no such thing as people who actually have the potential to harm children, and that's simply not true. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I watch a lot of To Catch a Predators. Not only Chris Hansen, but Skeeter Jean. I've seen Dad versus Predators. That's crazy. But just a lot of them, and they're doing a good service for this this country. They really are, because people like that need to go away. I should not have to sit here and be afraid to allow my 2-year-old or 1-year-old just to simply walk outside on my porch without me looking away for about a second or two. Okay, I shouldn't have to worry about that. And the way this woke thing is going, it's still here. It is. And it's strong. And they are trying so hard to suppress this idea, like I said, of adults, grown adults, potentially harming children. And they're doing it because they want to do it. They're doing it because it's who they are. I'm not the sort of person to incite violence or hate. But people who actively encourage that this is no big deal, it's hard for me to believe that they're not doing it themselves. It really is. But yeah, good on High Res for pointing this one out.
Adults that like adolescents. Go and put your hands up, everybody stand up. The whole world going mad, bruh. 2 + 2 = 5. You a racist if you don't think that add up. Go and put your hands up, everybody stand up. The whole world going mad, bruh. 2 + 2 = 5.
So basically, he says here that well, we want to brainwash kids from the time that they're babies. And then which is true, because this is basically what this entire video was about. It takes place in the classroom. The teacher is obviously out of his mind, and he's teaching these kids all these things that don't matter, these things that the kids don't need to know, and all these terrible things, and pushing it on them, telling them, don't ask any questions. This is just how it is. Facts don't matter. And that sadly, this is the world we live in. It really is. And also, he says that we want you to dependent on and lazy. Basically, when COVID happened, COVID-19, that the entire government was on lockdown. We were quarantined. We were given stimulus checks. At the end of this whole quarantine thing, no one wanted to work. Really, there were a lot of people who didn't want to work. And it made it so much more difficult for the people who actually worked to survive, because once this happened and free money was given out, prices of living went through the roof. It went through the roof. Our taxes went up. Biden shut down the Canadian gas line, so our gas prices went up. And it's just sad. And it's all because the deep state, the Illuminati, the government of the United States wants to destroy this country from the inside out. They want to completely destroy it. And it's evident. It really is. There needs to be a change. There needs to be change to all of this. And I didn't start seeing all of this woke garbage until after Biden got into office. Now, I'm not one to take sides politically, really. But I lost a lot of respect for Biden as the president when he allowed this the drag show for kids in the White House. I lost complete respect for the president at that point. He wasn't fit. It's just this world's so sick.
Put your hands up, everybody stand up. The whole world going mad, bruh. 2 + 2 = 5. You a racist if you don't think that add up. Go and put your hands up, everybody stand up. The whole world going mad, bruh. 2 + 2 = 5. You a homophobe if you don't think that adds up.
So I just figured out what he means by 2 + 2 = 5. And you're a homophobe. You're a homophobe if you don't think that adds up. What the fact is 2 + 2 = 4, okay? It will always equal 4. But there are people out there that will want to push their own ideas, their own false ideas. 2 + 2 = 5. 2 + 2 = 6. It doesn't matter what the fact is. It's how you feel. And if you don't agree, there is something wrong with you. I love this. I absolutely love this music video. Absolutely love it. And the title couldn't be more perfect. Couldn't be more perfect.
What's up, y'all? Thank you for watching my brand new music video, 2 + 2 = 5. If you can, check out the description box below. Click that link and grab yourself a t-shirt. Common sense isn't common when you're a communist. I appreciate y'all.
So yeah, guys, this is 2 + 2 = 5. Absolutely real awesome video. Loved it. I absolutely loved it. I like what Hi-Res says here. Common sense isn't common unless you're a communist, and that's true in the world we live in. That really is. But yeah, I'll definitely be checking out his merch for sure. Like and subscribe to his channel, and if you feel up to it, like and subscribe to mine. Definitely share it. But Coleman family say we love every single one of you. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for all the viewers. Really appreciate the support. Peace out, y'all.
Hands up, everybody stand up.